Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are going to be playing two mods, Morgenröte and More Companies mod. The More Companies mod does add, in particular, a really strong company in Spain, and I wanted to do a little bit of a practice start in Spain, get a little bit close to that, because in upcoming 1.8 we are going to be doing a Spain run for tutorial kind of beginner run, so I thought that would make a lot of sense. Look, we have the thriving culture. So Morgenröte is a mod that greatly adds a ton of flavor. It is the Flavor Flav mod, and I mean, I guess we should just get in game to kind of show it off. Hey Nikes fan, Ethiopia full run when? Thank you so very much for the dono. Have a good stream. Thank you, Ryan Horn. Wow, 2 donos, like, right as I get started. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Thank you guys so very much. Ethiopia full run 1. I will actually be more inclined to do an Ethiopia run if they ever fix, Tuodros' age. Because he starts out at, like, 40, even though he's, like, 18 at the start of the game or something like this. They just make it so he can't appear unless he's older, so they just fix that by making him older than he was historically. Look at that! We have a shortage of instruments. So this should maybe give an idea immediately what the game's about. If we take a look here, we have this science, art, and sports tabs. And so what we will be doing is we will be trying to develop ourselves in a cultured way. And there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff to do for us. We have various academies and these types of stuff. Sports and tournaments. Huzzah. There's a lot to do, and then also there are going to be way more companies as a result of More Unique Companies mod. There's like one of these that gives like mines throughput, which is insane, but you can see this Bacardi, as it were, is not your kind of normal company. Thank you so very much, though, Ryan, as well. Big Chungus, Spain Pog. Hey, Zero, how's it going? Hey, Philly1, how's it going? I'm just gonna get... So this is the company. This is probably, like, the most insano company I've ever seen. 15% mines throughput. Categorical, all mines. I think this is the strongest company in this mod, and it's not that out of beyond the pale or whatever. Has to be its feeling. Did they change it? That's not it then. There was another, for they were all of them deceived. For another company was made. 25% railway building throughput. Interesting in 1.8, there's that upcoming unique building that gives railway throughput that's going to be in Bombay. Excited to see about that. Whoa! 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 Is in Rhone. Maybe we rethink where we're... Maybe we rethink what country we're playing here. I can't donate, says Zero, but I want to thank you a bunch for the advice with the vids. You're very welcome. With some lactose stuff, you told me, I managed to push a single... Lactose stuff? I managed to push a single state Bhutan to top 1 GDP. It was fun. You're very welcome. Lactose. Lactose intolerant? Rio Tinto is what we're looking for? Okay. Well, now we're a little on this. This is insane. It's a company that, I mean, the company giving +1 max company just by itself is, like, it's all gravy. But it increases investment pool contribution, colony growth speed, nationalization investment return, government dividends efficiency. This is nuts. Okay. I like this mod a lot because, it's like, all the excitement you get from trying to figure out what company is best, you get to do that all again. It's not... I mean, it's not balanced, but... Nobel. Look at that. 50% explosives throughput total. Talking about lack of specialization in the game, if you build this company, you could really dump explosives to other people. That's insane. I think it's in, yeah, it's gonna be in Norway. We added banks, and you could have one bank slotted in at the time. That's 7% base capitalist contribution. We also added generic bank company everyone has access to in order for it to be balanced. Okay. But wouldn't you just want to use all the bank companies, or is there a limit to how many of those you can put in? So how does throughput on manor houses and financial districts work? That's just like so much. Do you just increase the output of like all dividends with this? Okay, we might have a vote as to what country we play if we maybe want to play around a specific company. Jesus. We haven't even gotten to the company that extra tech spread for production is actually pretty strong. A lot of these companies are really strong. A lot of them are. I think you don't end up using too many vanilla companies if you're playing this mod. But Rio Tinto is what we're looking for. State construction efficiency with an iron company and with extra iron mines throughput. Very, very strong. Actually, I think, is this a vanilla company? There's a vanilla company that's kind of like that. I don't know if that's a vanilla company. Tax income, 2,000. That's an interesting one. Alright, we're coming up on Rio Tinto. Because they are alphabetized. Sorry, excuse me. Stacking a bunch of convoy throughput is something we want to try at some point in time. Wow. Wawaweeba. That's really nice having iron, sulfur, and railways all on one company. Plus 10% infrastructure with rubber is also pretty good. Minus milk goods cost. And this means you can stack even more. So playing China on this would be interesting. And here we see another bank. Once you select one company, you get locked out of all the other ones. One bank, that is. Okay. And so you'd have to swap it over. Can't wait till the 4,000 hour review of the review of the turtles all the way down. Yeah, these banking companies are insane. Show with the biggest military company, is there something to slap others harder? There almost certainly is. I don't know if we'll lean into it. So maybe we can play Spain here, but yeah, these companies make me salivate. Warper, do you work on this mod? Because you seem to know quite a bit about it. So that one's a Svealand bank. Is there a Spanish bank? Rothschild bank. I guess generic bank's probably fine, right? Did this seem like it was better than the other one? I think this is the same, is it not? But throughput on a financial district just seems like super free cheddar. Like, you just have to use it. Correct. I can't wait for the 5-hour review of reviewing reviews. Low-key, I kind of think it would be hilarious if another content creator just reviewed my review. Okay, we're looking for... He said it was Rio something. Did we miss it? It's not... It's in Spain. Oh, is it just here? Okay, so this is our... Toledo gets to high enough financial districts so that we can do this. Oh, but they do have they are a little bit different. So this one gives minting and loan interest. Oh, now we're gonna sweat over which bank is the best. Bears beats banks. See, this gives private construction allocation, dividends, government dividends reinvestment, dividends efficiency. I wish there was a different UI so I could sort by this type of stuff. Minus mill goods cost is an insane modifier to have in here as well. Rothschild Bank. I guess the banks are pretty easy to pick out because they have huge walls of text. Minting loan interest. And this one gave extra construction allocation is actually a good modifier. Maneuvers per diplo play, minting, loan interest. Citizens National Bank. And this must be the generic one. Minting loan interest, government dividends. Oh, so this is like the same as Spain. I guess we'll use the Spain one probably. Duro y Campania. This is, this might be... This company is, in terms of having just the first company, this is maybe the best company. World Conquest Company plus 10 maneuvers. That one is best? Yeah, basically. I was thinking that as well. You can make military almost free in this mod? Yeah. Mill goods is such a small percentage of expenses, though. It is, but it looks like... I mean, if you stack that 7.5%, you can get up to 65 on China. If you stack up to... The thing is like... It looks like you could stack at least another 12.5%, so you could get 77.2%. And I understand it's like such a small percent of expenses, but you can just build thousands of fleet. You know? And you can just uber stimmy the economy. I mean, I agree that it's like, it's not good early, or remotely close to being good early. Government construction company. This, I mean, that sounds generic. 10% authority. +1 max number of companies? Company throughput bonus? This isn't a... Oh, is this a bank? But we need to be on cooperative ownership or command economy. So I guess we're gonna go cooperative ownership and then go back off of it. This was really strong. I assume this is actually just uses your bank slot. Loyalists from high legitimacy. Company throughput. That's strong. But instead of ownership, you're getting power plants and steel. Like, already, like, oh, man. I'm getting dopamine, guys. And this is a Morgenröte company. I didn't even think about how these two mods might conflict. Because in my head, Morgenröte didn't have any companies, but they do have companies. Rio Tinto, this is the one. Yep. Iron and coal. Less pollution effects reduction, but that's kind of whatever, considering you're getting iron and coal and mines throughput. Valencia, we gotta get up and going. There's an instruments company. How does the throughput work on... We're probably gonna use this company, actually, because, art is something we kind of care about. But how does throughput work on manor houses and financial districts? Does that just increase dividends? Because that's insane if it does. Hey, Alex the Tall, thank you for the resubscription. Why did we not hear the boop? We just visually saw it. Thank you so very much, though, Alex. The government company is communist bank equivalent, yeah. You lose the financial districts. If you go command economy, it doesn't actually delete your financial districts. So you could go command economy, slot in the company, and then go back, I suppose. Modded, yeah. I was wondering about some of the companies. It is modded. Yes. It's very much modded. We're about to, like, kind of get started with what we're doing. We're just kind of taking it all in. Although, you don't... It would be sweet if the... I mean, this is also an insane one. Alright. So let's have a think about what we're doing here. Let's get rid of these regressive taxes. Let's do something like this. How many historic characters do we have? Quite a few. We will not trigger corn laws until after this guy dies then. We could abdicate off of her. We could go for a really early abdication here, actually. We are going to float some of the authority. Now, is Madrid the best place for the capital? We'd kind of rather have the capital on the coast, and a place with a river bonus would be like most ideal. But we could move the capital onto a coast. Uranium. That is a Morgenröte thing. I think we do want to move the capital, though, if we're going to move it. You want to move it at the beginning. The population will come. I guess we'll look at arable land. We kind of want the highest arable land spot. That's on the coast, maybe. Spain does not have that much arable land. I really wish that they divorced arable land from migration considerations, but I think this place has the most. We could just try and not rev, but other than that, I think Valencia is probably going to be a good shot for the capital. A good shout. Better than Toledo, at least. Maybe it's not even worth moving the capital. I think it probably is, though. There we go. And that's going to give us some malice on some things, but that's okay. A volcano observatory. Sulfur mines building throughput. That's insane. I wonder if that's local. That's on Canary Islands. Alright. We're gonna do that. I don't know if we can afford that much construction, but we're gonna try. And then looks like there is some new tech. I don't remember this being in here. But maybe that's because I don't have a good memory. But this is Morgenröte. Let's do Atmo engine. Morgenröte's got a lot of stuff going on. Sevilla? Navarra? Oh man, people are suggesting stuff. Did we get it wrong? Navarra does have, like, the best resources, but I kind of think that you might actually want your capital in a place where you're not going to have a lot of mines. Almost 30 minutes, not on pause, must be a Paradox game, basically. Like the Dracula vids, as far as you've seen. We were going to do a lot more Dracula, like, videos, but then, like, they're not doing super well. That was our mistake. We should have just played Japan. We're gonna import some iron before we can get our own iron stuff up and coming. Hopefully these Morgenröte things aren't copyrighted. I do like the extra music. We'll see, I guess. The VOD might be completely scuffed. Or it might just be completely demonetized. That's not the worst, though. The streams normally don't make a lot from ad stuff relative to videos anyways. Just kind of fixing some of this stuff. We can't change our focus yet. Do have some need for coal. We're just checking if we have any options. The observatories, if I recall correctly, we're not gonna... Okay, I was gonna say these are all locked behind tech, but they're not. A little extra education access, very strong. I think we only get one observatory. We are going to want to get trade routes with those guys. But I think that we're going to... I think there's a lot of value to waiting to form a power block, but we're not going to. This seems reasonable, does it not? As a monument? I think it does. What the hell's going on here? Okay. We shall be the sovereign tentacle monster. All hail the monster's tentacles. Not just Valencia. I forgot to remind you, I can't believe you forgot to remind you about the toothpick. I was so bummed when I saw older generalist having a toothpick and me not having one. Or younger generalist. Isn't Catalonia the best province? Well, the best province and the best one to have your capital are like two different things. Your capital in general is going to attract more population. I forget how much it is per arable land, but there is a modifier where you start getting overcrowding and decreased migration. So that's why we went for the place that had, looks like 60 arable land and is also on the coast. I wish Vicky 3 was more than 100 years the same. Yeah. Still thinking about playing a different country? Occitania would be fun with that bank company. We could do Occitania. BRB in about 20 minutes. If you got any questions regarding companies, write them down and ask when I'm back. Okay. Jewish Japan when? Probably... some of the content creators have access to 1.8. We don't have access yet, but it's probably going to be on 1.8. We're going to see if the mods will still work on that. Dracula shit is so mid. The truth hurts. Dracula Japan. Mod has expanded a lot. Once I'm done with Divergences, I'll have to check it out. This is not on... this is on Morgenröte. Can you get Portuguese Lourenço marks with an obligation for free in this mod? Oh, that's right. We start with an obligation on them, don't we? This is such like a small like interaction that we like forget about. Yes. I think Spain is one of the best major power starts. It's probably the second best, yeah. Madrid is better because mass migration spread to neighboring states and it's in the middle. Yeah, but we want it on the coast because if we rev, we don't want to lose market access to everything. Me and all my homies love Dracula. You haven't played in a while? What's new? Well, we're playing with some mods that do some very significant stuff. So there's arts and sciences and like a bunch of cultural elements, and this is not in vanilla, so that is going to be a little bit of a new thing. I think that Asturias is the place we want to build up, at least initially. Actually, no, we want to make sure we can slot in the Rio Tinto company, which normally Asturias has the best company for Spain, but Rio Tinto looks a little bit better. Where is Harvey Dent? Where is he? We're gonna get the Where's Harvey Dent vibe this run a lot. I'm so glad it's like alphabetized, but I wish there were other sorting things you could use for the companies. Valencia, Iron Mines level 3. Okay. Well, in that case... Alright, let's put down some decrees. We're going to... Valencia also, Toledo is touching 1, 2... For mass migration consideration, 3, 4, 5, 6. Valencia is still touching a lot of states. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to encourage manufacturing here. I don't think we're going to use road maintenance, though. Let's tax services. Tobacco gives us a lot. Let's do that, I guess. I'm pretty sure the rest we're just going to float, but we're going to see how much... Yeah, the rest we're just going to float. And we're going to improve relations with France and Great Britain here. At the start, we could try and get Portugal diplomatically. We could also try and get them militarily. But either case, we will eventually want to form Iberia. But considering we're a sovereign union and they're right next to us, let's try and get them diplomatically. So, did they accept? Or did they not accept because we lost relations with them somehow? Okay, they did accept. Classic. Also very nice because now we have the port down here. So we're actually going to open with taking Transvaal, I think. Which is going to work pretty well for us. Let's actually look at our diplo interests. We're going to get North-South China. Occitania is kind of not very useful. Let's do this. Arabia we're going to kind of want to sneak into. And we will reclaim our empire in Hispania. Iberia is one of the worst flags ever, true. Recently looked at Austria-Hungary's navy and found it cool how parts were made in Prague, Wien, Budapest, and brought to Fiume for assembly. That is interesting. Any good modifiers in Western Andalusia? I don't think so. No, just a river. Also links, but happy Saturday, Rodev here. Give it a chance. How would you rebalance chainsaws? The input goods need to at the very least be cut in half, and I'm not sure you want to add machinists and engineers because it only ends up saving you 100 labor, and it actually increases your labor price because 400 of your laborers, their wage multiplier goes up. So from a flavor perspective, I think you don't want the total wage multiplier to go up, but that's starting to get a little bit abstract. I mean, you could just I forget if it's 10 oil and 5 tools or something like this, what the exact input's on, but you could actually try and make it good and make it 2 tools and 1 oil or something. Someone has a chainsaw rebalance that I think is not quite as pushed as it should be, but is fine enough. Adding extra goods output percentage to it, that's another thing I think you could approach it from, is increasing output. Then it would be belong in a different category because now it's not just labor saving. But yeah, if you gave extra output, then it would be maybe usable. It still uses a ton of oil. So no matter, I don't think there's an implementation where I would not decrease the oil usage significantly. I think we should choose companies based on their logo like we do today. Interesting. A lot of companies are going towards the more simplified logos these days. Where is Lourenco Marx? It is in South Africa. Have we done a Philippines run? No. What does Morgenröte do? We haven't even gotten into it, but you could hear the different music, but it adds a ton of flavor. So there's sports and tournaments, Academy of Arts, Academy of Sciences. We haven't really unlocked kind of the entire thing. Canadian economy works perfectly with full subsidies and absence of any taxes, along with maximum level workers' protections and old age pensions. I think that your GDP and your ability to buy stuff and construct as much as possible will be diminished under command economy. Even if it is nice that you can kind of slot in some of the workers' protection type stuff a little bit better, but establish a university, power of photography. Cash reserves has to be greater than 25%. It's an interesting. Oh no, wait, no, this is in the building. We have a possible action. Okay. Interesting. Is this a Great Spain opening to trade for that state? Yes, because it kind of saves you 10 infamy, because you don't really want to go for Gaza, but you want to go for Transvaal and Orania. So it is pretty strong. In theory, getting an obligation from Portugal as other countries also could be pretty strong, but I hope you go communist. I don't think we're gonna go communist. Do you only play vanilla in your videos? I think we've had some playthroughs on mods, but generally speaking, mods we do more often on stream. Yeah. There's a mod called Minor Modifications to Logging Camps, which does a nice job of rebalancing wood. And don't know how it balanced, but I wrecked my game, so I haven't been using for a few months. There's a mod that literally only fixes the PMs for... Here, let's fix our shortage on tools for now. That only fixes chainsaws. Like, that's all it does, is fix chainsaws, so... We have poor relations. Shout out to us. Yeah, it's probably not correct for us to found the power block immediately. Oh, did we not even found it? Did we not click the button? We didn't even click the button. And we have negative relations with France and Spain and England to start. We're actually not going to found it with this negative relations. Is this really a start condition? Did something bug out? I'm gonna add a port in Lorenco marks as well. Well, actually, let's have a think. Oh, we don't have as many boats as some armada this is. Okay, we're gonna go for we're gonna go for Transvaal just because we do not have, I think, as many boats as we would want here to go for some of the other stuff we want to go for. I forgot Great Britain will help them out. Or will they? They won't. Look at this, just insta remove the protectorate, or the guarantee. It's almost as if it wasn't even there. Alright. But we are gonna want to add some amount of navy. I think naval commander is actually a decent modifier. Can't remember. I think we would go up to 20, but we also care about everything being a multiple of 5, not because it's important, but because we, because of reasons, okay? Alright, so that'll bring us up to a 20 stack on the navy. Let's maybe merge a couple of these armies. And then we can kind of clean that stuff up after. And they're cautious because maybe we're not supposed to improve with both France and Great Britain at the start because it's going to make them cautious more often. How's the performance? Morgenröte has a heavy impact? Yes. The main reason why I would not play with Morgenröte a ton is because of performance reasons. He had 27 average SOL for ethno-state Russia with 350,000 or 350 million population. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for command economy. But is it ever viable to go workers' protections over reg bodies? I actually don't know the answer to this question because I haven't, like, it used to be really, really bad. Now I'm not sure is kind of the answer I have. I always go reg bodies. What state did you trade away? None, but we picked up this one. Yeah, one adds 2 PMs before chainsaws that use oil and electricity. How's the performance? It's gonna be bad. Any plans for new 3v3v3? The 3v3v3, we're starting to have difficulty firing it, and generally speaking, we would get a lot less viewers for 3v3v3. And so I was feeling that people were not liking that as much as other stuff. So, I don't, I mean, we might, with 1.8 coming out, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we used an obligation to get the state. I wonder if there are any specific mods that fix only outputs. Why are Paradox so incompetent they can't fix production methods? I mean, they're just focused on other stuff. To be fair, like, as a player, you just don't use chainsaws ever. But I've also talked to the devs extensively about chainsaws, so I bring it up with the devs a lot. Now I think that there's a slight chance that they don't fix chainsaws because it annoys me. I think that chance is very, very low, but I think it's possible. Everyone has Spain at game start, so that's a real start condition. Most Americans hate you too. Not like this. The truth hurts. Yeah. Subsidizing everything with command economy is... Ooh, we could probably get in on this. This is gonna kick our infamy up a lot if we go for Beijing here, but everyone knows you have to go for Beijing. Great Britain's gonna kind of fucking hate our guts. We could go for, like, an obligation. Or war reparations, even. Oh, we can't go for shit, actually. Oh, the overwhelming power in the military, the Diplo play, we could overcome. I think. Let's take a quick save and do shenanigans. Hey, Generalist, been a long time fan of the content. Keep it up. Thank you so very much, Christian. Shame, but understandable. 3x3 was some of my favorite content. I can see it not being popular. Yeah. I mean, I would get like half the viewers. I don't know. I enjoyed doing it to some extent, but also, like, organizing it is a lot more effort than just, like, streaming on my own as well. So I think if we do this, and then we put on in on this side, we will be able to do stuff. Yeah. Will that not work? It will not. Interesting. I feel like they're... Maybe we just aren't supposed to go for Transvaal here, and maybe that allows us to go for... I feel like you should be able to piggyback this war. I mean, we're not going to be too uppity about executing this perfectly. By the way, I want philosophy journalists back. Journalists, do you support racial segregation? What? No. Like IRL? Is there actually a way of default without going bankrupt? It seems like, to me, the throughput malice kills even if I get the money into the green. So this is kind of complicated, but the you have to, like... Yeah, so oftentimes the throughput malice will kill you even if you can get in the green, and you have to get in the green by a really large margin. Command economy is suitable only for the largest economic powers, which can withstand several years of ultra-high deficits to stabilize. Took about 5 to 6 years to stabilize GDP. I mean, I think command economy is never good relative to laissez-faire. So, it doesn't look like there's a way for us to sway in. We can change our attitude with the UK by siding in and reset attitude. which is maybe what we do. I think almost certainly there's a way to get Beijing, though. We maybe just get Beijing on our own a little bit later here. I think Spain is more than strong enough to do that, so... Excuse me. We're gonna put export prioritization and then put in a couple import routes, knowing that we're gonna get rid of those soon. Wood shortage is a vibe, though. Basically, the, like, one thing you should never have a shortage in. Yeah, I think we're just gonna deck China ourselves a little bit later for Beijing and war reps. And maybe we do that so we can get the kind of whole shebang, like the 3 states that are really good. Can we rival anyone reasonable? I think Netherlands and Denmark are kind of always good rivals. That should be somewhat good. Yikes for us. Edict's Gov Swap reverse sway. I think we, after like a little bit of thinking, I think we actually just won our own war so we can get 4 war goals. Did he ever go bankrupt since that Brazil run? Yeah, we've definitely gone bankrupt before. More. Loud dog outside, it do be like that. As someone who's been on and off since Victoria 3 release, do you think militarized industry power block is a good thing for Prussia? Not especially. Militarized industry gets a little bit better in multiplayer. But yeah, I think what we could do is we can declare our own war for Beijing and war reps and Amur and Primorier, and that'll be a little bit better. While Qing has this massive malice. But we're gonna want more boats. So I guess to that end we want this interest here. We're struggling a little bit here. Arts academies, not like this. Does UK still have a... generally they get rid of their north... yeah, they get rid of their interest up here, generally. Sucks that we're gonna hit a ton of relations issues with them. See about trade agreements here. Annex Protectorate. That seems to be a Morgenröte special. Can you reach 25 SOL on laissez-faire? Yeah. It's kind of the upper edge of what you might be able to hit. Do you try corn laws? Because you should. Our guy will die very quickly. So every one of these guys is historic other than our corn laws guy. So we're kind of waiting for this traditionalist guy to die from the event, like the pulse event that kills a non-historic character. And if we get the corn laws guy, the pulse event will kill him. Command economy is essential to have the highest possible population growth. Well, you actually don't want SOL that high if you want to max pop growth. Spain floating their economy with gold minting. No, not like this. Well, I think that we're going to go over 25 here, either way. So, I think it's better for us to declare the war sooner. Let's merge these two armies. The dudes are merging. I think this war is a little bit aggressive, but, well, I mean, this war is a little bit aggressive, yeah. So we're gonna put in on Primorier and the other one when we get our interest there. Conquer state. Primorier. And a Mur. Make war reparations primary, and then we could put a release country primary. Let's actually see. We can mess with Great Britain here a little bit. So Great Britain wants Shaozhou Treaty Port, so they want a treaty port here. So if we can release any country that will have Shaozhou, we can break the UK's treaty port. I'm not sure if there is a country that works for that. Liberating Shaanxi would make sense for us, though. Do we really not? Okay. Just a sec, boys. Actually, is it really that important? Kind of. Shaanxi is really good state. We'll want to pick it up eventually. We just let it tick on a little bit longer. I was hoping to get the interest in South China before we fully mobilized, but it didn't pop off that way. What does this mod do? It adds a ton of flavor stuff. It adds like a ton of culture, Morgenröte, and then the companies, the more companies mod, as one might expect, does add more companies. Oh, we just needed to... Actually, we did get the interest. We just needed to change what we were doing. So we want something that releases just Shaozhou. Would be ideal. There's nothing. Sad. But this makes it less likely for them to back down here. Pretty sure they can't win the war. But let's create an army with... 20 and 20, or 10 and 10 for a 20 stack, because we have the 20 stack navy coming up. And then we have anyone with like expert offensive. No, we don't. Shout out to us. Well, we could recruit the 2 pillagers. Don't hate it. And then let's upgrade all units as well. And then we have these naval bases coming in. I think let's put them ahead of that. And let's try and get these guys in. Oh, not on a Mer, because you actually get whip snapped back on a Mer specifically. You can't land a Mer. A Mer is a no-no. Stranger danger with a Mer. We're gonna actually slot them out at some point in time. Local business fails. Book license. We get thriving book industry permanently. And gain some publications. So begins the time of culture as we're sacking China. As one does. In this game. When is the cooking stream? The cooking stream, unfortunately, is a bit of a meme more than a promise, an actual thing. Is there a way to ensure the AI doesn't forget to go in on China? I usually have my Great Britain do something else, play, and forget about China. So the way it works is if you want a play on China to happen, it won't happen. And if you don't want it, it will. And this is how you handle it. No, there's not a way to make Great Britain go for them specifically that's like robust or consistent. There's probably a bunch of little things you could do, but let's fix this, at least for now. But yeah, they're getting in there. And now there's only a 10 stack defending on Primorier. Guy starts a movement for Parliamentary Republic. Fantastic. He starts a movement for Parliamentary Republic. Or not. Doesn't believe in it. Fair. There we go. So we'll probably try and abdicate to that specifically. That'll be really nice. That'll feel good. And then these will hopefully be upgrading in levels by the time we get there. Racial segregation also is going to let us invite some more agitators, which will be nice. I think because we have the more companies mod, I think we're going to probably want to do companies a little bit earlier. We are making progress faster on Atmo engine. We have to try and remember once we get to 10k to switch to lathe. And I'm back. Did I miss anything? Nothing specific to the mod. Kind of focused on other stuff a little bit. If you had South China, you could liberate Yue. Yue doesn't have the... We could have liberated Yue, but it... Does it include Xiaozhou? If it includes Xiaozhou, then yeah, I just made a mistake. Aside from that, just pray. Usually by 1840 they'll do it, yeah. We've had several runs where like we built a strategy around Great Britain going for Qing and then they just don't do it. Invading China and culturing a cultural revolution? Don't you mean liberating the good people of China from their... Yeah. I don't think this 20 stack is going to be enough to repel us here. This is us with a penalty. Because our ratio is off. And we don't land in Primorye. So, in a Mer. If you land in a Mer, you get yeeted back. Yeah, we haven't even gotten our first company slot. So, yeah, UA includes Xiaozhou. Yeah, so we should have done that. I mean, I also don't hate living Shangzi specifically. After a little bit of reflection, it appears to be the case that subjugating the reduction in infamy cost for subjugating someone once you hit the cap, it proportionally decreases for all their unincorporated states, so liberating Mongolia is probably bad, specifically. Let's fix all of our interests here, though. We have North Africa. Good. I think we're gonna do something we haven't really experimented too much, which is go for California pretty early. California is an excellent state and allows us to put an interest in here to maybe sway for a US bankroll, but it will long-term make USA hate our guts. So... losing a bit of money here. And we're not going to be able to improve relations too much further with Portugal. We should be importing dyes from Portugal. Portugal starts out with just a disgusting amount of dyes. We already are. We're gonna kick the rest of these to the back. Not gonna quite need them in an immediate fashion. It's called fashion, sweetie. What did that guy say yesterday about the Admo engine tech? Something about swapping to picks and shovels. He said if you... I think he said that if you start out on Atmo engine, you can, and you swap back onto picks and shovels, you can use the Atmo engine event. Something like this. Treaty port outside of USA, USA Mad Radius would be more safe than taking Cali. Yeah, but Cali's so good. Is it possible to invade USA as Russia early on, since AI takes some time to bother even set up construction centers? Probably. I don't know why you would. But yeah, it could be safer just to treaty port, you know, like Sonora or something. Much more straightforward. Once this guy gets here, and the UK wins their war, we'll take this 20 stack and we'll just land it in on Beijing. By the way, why do leftists call Trump an autocrat when Democrats themselves strive for centralization of power? I mean, stuff like him saying he wants to be a dictator on day one, and the main driver of calling him an autocrat is that he tried to maintain his grip on power on January 6th, you know, after losing an election. And that's not a very democratic thing to do. For the Russian New York and Statue of Liberty and returning the migrants fleeing from Europe to serfdom. Returning the migrants to serfdom. Yeah. I mean, New York's a really expensive state to go for. I don't have enough reference experience on day one declaring on USA. USA could be a little bit tricky with how they defend. So the problem, USA would be a lot easier to go in on if they had more than 2 strategic regions, and I think the AI kind of does an okay job defending them now, but I'm not 100% sure. I constantly get declared on war as Spain. It's so annoying. Yikes. I guess we'll see some of this. I just found out USA loses like half their GDP when you take Pennsylvania and New York. They do. That's short-lived though. Eventually they get the migration cranking up. We are losing some money. Wow, look at us pushing better than Great Britain is. Great Britain's got some weird front though. We can't enforce them out until Great Britain does. There we go. Maybe we just designate this as the strategic objective. We have a really big advantage. I mean, as they assign to the front, that advantage might go away. So maybe we try and do the landing as well here. We're about to dip under being infamous, which is nice. So once that happens, we might be able to get some trade agreements. There's so many licenses that use the trade icon. Ah! They won't accept it now. I want them to fix forced nationalization as a war goal. I think they are. Or they said they were taking a look at it. But yeah, right now it's just completely not in line with like with something that would be reasonable. Alright. The burning of the Summer Palace. This is exciting. Must be Morgenröte. Oh, it is. High-ranking officials in our army in China are calling for retaliation after some of our citizens in our country were captured and murdered. Never again should a Chinese look askance at one of our compatriots. Wait, what? Some of the citizens in our country? Don't you mean in their country? Wait, what's going on here? Burning down the Summer Palace will increase China's war exhaustion and cost them 100 prestige. And we will get some artifacts, a bunch of gold, and our infamy will increase by a lot. Jesus. Is that worth 10 infamy? Probably not. Jesus. Let's not burn it down, baby. Alright, so I think we just have a very small demand for that stuff, so we're just gonna put it in ourselves. We're also gonna put auto-expanding fertilizer plant, if we can. Can we not put that in yet? Alright, whatever. We still haven't gotten to 10k on Atmo engine. Once we do, we'll swap back to the other thing. Just a kind of classic opener. Used to be able to do this on like literally everyone before they fixed naval invasions a bit. Event in null state, huh? Basically. Wait, it won't ask for 50 infamy anymore? 10's still kind of a lot. It might be because they're unrecognized. 12 days to patch day, I'm hyped. Is it really just 12 days? It is just 12 days. Never forget the Summer Palace in null state, true. event in Atlantis. Historically, the Chinese killed a British ambassador or trader or something, so Great Britain went ham and started destroying everything. Ah, I see. That makes a bit more sense. Yeah, we still haven't heard from like the person who's in charge of who gets early access, so we probably have to message him. Yeah, we'll go for the whole shaboodle. Actually, we want to go for the full shaboodle now, because we don't want to decrease our relations with the UK. Actually, no, we'll try and get trade agreements with the UK or France right here before we go for... We're thinking of our power block here. We want to establish it. We're actually like never passing racial segregation, are we? The truth hurts. I mean, we have 23%, so we'll let it tick, but I don't think this gets through. The observatory demands one of a bunch of those things. That's where our demand was coming from with them. I was wondering where it was, because we don't have, like, lathes active, so... Also, after playing 5 years as USA, I realized only places with qualifications were Pennsylvania and New York, so America turns essentially a bunch of tobacco farmers, while a bunch of New York and Penn gets sniped. Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes sense. If you really want to wreck USA from the start. Like, theoretically, it's probably better. I think we're just going to be done trying to pass racial segregation here. Too many setbacks. We want to abdicate. We don't want to abdicate yet. What sucks is we wanted to be able to invite agitators. The thing is we're too discriminatory to invite a lot of agitators, so... Let's do that. Which will give them all access. Oh, they like the autocracy. Well, are landowners liking landed voting? Kind of more into the voting than oligarchy. So let's do that. I mean, we could also do wealth voting. Landowners barely dislike it. We should have thought of that before we clicked, though. Because now we're locked in for 730 days. Let's try... Yeah, I understand. 730 days. I wish if you didn't let it tick one day, it wouldn't put in that thing, but... Another day, another generalist stream, not continuing Hail Columbia. The truth hurts. I mean, we barely got started on that one. Let's try and get wealth voting, though. And then we can abdicate to Parliamentary Republic. That'll feel good. think rather than delete our... Forget if we have to be a GP to do the Suez survey, but we're doing that instead of deleting down a bunch of these. The Combe has proposed a calculation of real age of the Earth. Interesting. Since our geologist is one of the esteemed representatives, we were also sent a copy of the thesis. They are convincing calculations, indeed. What we really want is we want to get a trade agreement with France and or UK before we make our thing, our power block. What are you feeling about this? So we could get another 39 points from volume of trade. If we just massively increase trade stuff. We'll lose some of that. Oh, we have to be a GP. No. My kingdom for a survey. Oh, we forgot to pay these guys very little. Rip. I mean, we could just go for Suez and then we would be able to do the survey here. We could also just delete down some of these bureaucratic centers, but we could just swap it to simple org. That should be fine enough. Alright. It's time to start reclaiming our territories, I think. 7.2, just kidding, it's not quite time yet. The China army. Rational consumer splitting facts, not like this. We do like that model up though. Carnegie, Monarchy, USA, Empire of Steel. I'm pretty down with that. Brazil lost versus Grau-Para. Ouch. Which makes Brazil a minor. I mean, we don't need to go for that right away. Let's reclaim our colonial empire. That's actually the new meta for us, isn't it? We could say we're RPing when we go for South America, as long as we're playing Spain. But we're just reclaiming our colonial empire. Except that's absolutely not just what we're doing. Yeah. How similar is our government? We have landowners. Not very. Luckily, we have a bunch of excess bureaucracy. We are losing quite a bit of money because our investment pool is draining. We don't want to forget, so let's actually do this, because I'm going to forget, and then we're going to waste whatever stuff. They might just accept. How much to subjugate California? I mean... $50 infamy. Mm-hmm. We maybe don't have enough Diplo interest to, like, do what we want just at the very outset here. But we do want to acquire a bunch of minor powers. Okay, we can actually cancel this, kick this to the bottom, kick these to the bottom. Do this. Put everything up for purchase. We do have like the we just conquered them thing, which allows us to nationalize cheaply, more cheaply. To be honest, it might not be worth the relations hit though. It's just like one level of a building. And there's a world where we probably want to get trade agreements with them. So, maybe a mistake, maybe a little bit of a leak. We're reclaiming the colonial holdings, so what if they were the Portuguese's? Well, we don't agree with the Treaty of Tortillas. 50 infamy for righteous Spanish clay, that's what we're saying, that's what I'm talking about. Doesn't seem right to me. I mean, I actually want to go for California more frequently in runs, because, Anti-Austrian League, that's kind of unfortunate. Yearly geological report. We got new minerals. Academics gained some experience. Cool, cool, cool. Do have a geologist. I think we can get a better one. Let's sponsor a balloonist, though. We'll do the ones where we don't get a bunch of kind of updates about it. We'll just get the tech progress. Cool, cool, cool. Now, I think we already have a little bit of... Or we're building a little bit of everything, I suppose. We don't have it yet. Oh, we do want these ports to finish, though. So let's actually do this, and then... That way they're not isolated. And then we have to swap over PMs. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Support from those two guys. Do you like the pro-anti leagues? It seems kind of weird to me with the idea of rivalries. I do like them quite a bit. Or lack of input on the player. Well, they're supposed to be spawned from your people. It could maybe be more nuanced as terms of what causes the spawning, and it could be a little bit more of a slow development, like this type of thing, and you could have some influence over it, but I do kind of like the lobbies, yeah. Every time I see you playing meta, like China, Africa, I'm like, ew, brother, ooh, what's that, brother? Yeah, I could respect that. See, here's the problem. There are people who are going to get mad at me for not playing meta. There are going to be people who get mad at me for playing meta, and what I do is I do like half meta, half RP. That way I can make everyone upset. Yeah. This is the way. It's the way you go about it. No! Great Britain's fucking with our vibe, bro. We can't get it out. We can owe them an obligation to get this. Which means we just have to increase trade volume a little bit. So let's take a look. I think we're already importing. Oh no, we're not. Okay, we can export. Can we export this? Kind of. Eventually it'll be good. We'll build a ton of that stuff. Can we import this? No. No. Can we export this? Probably not. Oh, we can. Alright, interesting. Cool. And so now our trade agreement is locked in. We're not particularly close to getting one with France, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop improving relations with them. And with France for now, at least. And then we're going to put in and make our power block. I feel like we did something else, and it didn't save our thing. You. All hail the great octopus of Spain. The great monarchy. Let's do something like this. Yes, yes. We are a global backpacking shovel empire. Except we want to do crude hoe. There we go. Shout out to crude hoes everywhere. And we're going to be a sovereign empire. And fortunately, France hasn't made a thing yet, a power block. Same with USA, so this will be good for us. Unfortunately, we do have to generate leverage over these guys to try and pull them into ours instead. How are we doing on 10 years? That's not too bad. I think we want to get kind of going on our thing. Get more minor powers in our block. More so. And I think the infamy cost of this is going to increase faster than the other thing. But we have our trade agreement with them. We're locked in on it, so we will get a lot of relation improvement there. Did Austria rival us? They did not. So we don't have to go bad. Have you spoken about Dracula yet? Oh, Dracula can spawn. He would be fantastic for us. Spaniards' favorite cultural pastime is to civilize and culturalize foreigners, basically. Who gave the clove the top hat? He earned it. Okay. Excuse you. Let's add a little bit of some of that. Oh, I forgot, we do get extra authority here. So we're gonna put in a little bit on luxury clothes, I guess. Really not a lot. Not as much as we would like. But half as much as we deserve. So we should get to the point here soon. Are we increasing our leverage? We are. Not by as much as we would like. Could get a trade agreement with Portugal too. Let's try and work towards that. Those are kind of things we'd want to export anyways. And now what's the predicted leverage? Minus 150. Defensive pact, investment rights. Jesus, they're going all out. $300 already a power block leader. Looks like we whiffed there. I think we're going to add a glassworks here. It'll auto expand. Oh no, we lost a balloonist. Anyway, let's just get another one. Wealth voting feels like it's not getting through here. We could also abdicate now, because we put Sovereign Empire in. So we have to make the Intelligentsia or whatever upset. So make the PB upset. Make the Intelligentsia really upset. I think we could do that. And there's our radicalism, baby. It's abdication time. Isabel de Bourbon, smell you later. Ah, you're still a child, we can't abdicate. No. We're not even close to abdication. We could just pass it normally. I mean, either way, we're not passing appointed bureaucrats, but not as much support as we would like there. Let's just do this, and then this. Terrible when the child can't abdicate, honestly. Spain was low-key one of your favorite runs that I did. I went from low infamy sovereign empire and wound up with 90% of the world as a subject. It felt amazing. Yeah, we're gonna press up with our culture. Morgenröte, honestly, feeling like you could culturally dominate because you have sovereign empire and inviting people to your blocks is pretty cool. Hey, journalists, just starting weightlifting. Is there any protein supplements you could recommend? I'm finding a lot of them are all sugar. So whey protein powder is going to be a lot better than, things that are, like, already, like, protein bars or stuff like this. Just the protein powder. And you definitely want to get a shaker for those. I get, like, Costco's... I forget what brand. I think we have it in here. Pure protein, as far as protein bars, I like kind of a lot. So... in particular, this is relatively chocolate heavy, protein heavy, so 180 calories for 21 grams of protein. And then the brand we get is from Costco, in these 6-pound bags, which is gold standard. And I like chocolate. Vanilla generally kind of tastes freaking awful. But that's mostly protein. It depends what you mean by all sugar. But we also... and also how much you want to spend. And how much taste is important to you, yeah. Great Britain starts with the defense pack, but they don't start with the mutual, like, investment or whatever. Most protein comes from casein, which increases the risk of cellulite, and if you have increases with insulin resistance, such protein major blocker for getting rid of it. I think that... well, I know you get both casein and whey from milk, but I'm pretty sure that whey protein is generally not casein. It's been a while since I was, like, in those research streets. Make sure to not wash the shaker to indulge the pure protein smell, basically. You can get furry little friends, too. It's great. The duel. Let the boy watch. In theory, we probably should have made sure we had good ones of each of these. Change in our literary genre. Well, we don't have much book in the way of books anyways. Speaking of, let's maybe change that a little bit, huh? Add publishing industry in the capital. Put it on auto expand. Fantastic. You can do mathematical technical focus in the university. I think now... it would maybe make sense to go for railways, but I think we want to unlock our first company for some of those super OP companies, so let's take a look. We don't start with stock exchange? Yikes. Well. Trade union's not coming up anytime soon anyway. Let's do that for the journal entry. Industrialists are influential. Hell yeah, brother. They're not happy with us yet, though, so... I think now we go for this. Oh, do we have slavery ourselves? Is that why we can't ban it? That is why we can't ban it. Yikes. What's the mod we're using? We're using more companies and the Morgenröte mod. The Morgenröte mod, notably, is going to add a bunch of like cultural and science-oriented stuff that include characters and a bunch of journal entries. Really kind of a huge fan of the mod, except for it crushes performance, so it really kills performance. And there's not much of a way around that. Improve relations with France and Russia. North Peru. They want to send mountaineers. Sure. Cuba's already invading. It is kind of nice that we start out with a few subjects as far as generating, or we start out with 2 subjects as far as generating whatever it's called, mandate. I think we will abdicate to that eventually. Oh my god. Did we really just research ammo engine and then fall asleep at the wheel here? Methinks we did. We're not gonna need this interest here anymore. I think we might go for Oman. Siberian secession, not like this. Not my gumdrop buttons. Very good afternoon. Hey, unit. Also for insulin resistance, I believe pure protein has the same insulin response as pure sugar. For people like that, if they want protein, they'd want it either in food, like a bar, and if they do take a powder, they'd want something more like a concentrate than an isolate. Interesting. I mean, I feel like whey protein's not gonna produce that big an insulin response, but just like any form of it. But I could be mistaken. This isn't exactly the street I am familiar with. I think maybe on our subjects that are... We could have these guys increase subject payments and then exempt from service. I'm not sure. I don't have the answer to sway. We do want to also acquire more subjects so we can get more authority. Why is that? Why did that get cancelled, brother? France makes the joint front, which unfortunately decreases our relations with them a little bit. Or by 30, because we also have a power block. It's unavoidable though. Well, we are almost enacted, so we'll actually do the growth speed. That's one where, like, normally you're not going to get it fast enough for that to, like, make sense to do, but... Are we going to get a chance at getting some of Kenya? Hell yeah. Why do we... I feel like they just got there. Why do we have 85% landing progress? That doesn't make sense. Some weird things going on with that war. There we go. We still probably get cut off, but... We have to land not in Amur, because then our army gets teleported away. GG washed up. No, the truth hurts. Use the organ protein, put it in your overnight oats each... Or gain your overnight oats each morning. I do love me some overnight oats with protein. It's been a while. However, I'm new to the channel on Twitch. Saw your videos on YouTube, and they've been helping you a lot with the game. Many thanks to you. You're very welcome. It should not have the same response at cellular level at all. I mean, it's not like eating a banana. Protein actually requires energy to break down into the form of usable produced energy, if I remember correctly, so it's a lot lower on the glycemic index. You should wrench a chemist and engineer, lots of free tech. Alright, let's take a look. What do we need for this? How much construction is this? Oh, it's only 400 construction? Bro. And is that local to the Canaries? I wonder if that's local to the Canaries, that sulfur. There's no sulfur there, so... If that's just entire country gets more sulfur, that's insane. Alright, that'll help our trade routes a lot. We've subjugated Bolivia several times and then had it blow up in our face. I don't know if I'm ready to get hurt again. We've had Peru break free of them after subjugating Bolivia multiple times. Which the goal is to eventually get Peru, Bolivia. Not even sure we can land them with our 20 stack army and navy. Banking spreading, which is kind of nice. It will just add 3 powers to our thing. Time to Spain to retake what's theirs. That's what we're thinking. You need some specialized units in mathematical engineering to focus to be able to guarantee your next academic is either engineer or chemist. Oh, let's do that. I guess let's maybe test this. Maybe we've just gotten unlucky. If I think that going after Bolivia makes a lot of sense, though. So let's maybe do this. Let's peek under the rug. There are a couple swayable people. Well, these guys want to sway for independence, but that's not what we want. War goals. We don't want liberate or return state. Yeah. If we were weaker, it'd be much easier to go for the South Peru thing. But I think that if these guys are fearful, we might even be able to just get them to back down and not have to worry about you know, anything. Especially if they are defending the borders, much more likely to back down. You know what? We could also just scare them a little bit more. Stationed at HQ, that's true. We're gonna do... we're gonna assign conscripts to the China army, which is gonna make us look scarier from a military perspective. Kind of happy to kill a traditionalist, so let's see. Excuse me. Let's see what we maybe have in the chamber in regards to who would replace him. Just retire that guy. So we have a jingoist with 3 popularity and a traditionalist with 3 popularity. Let's see if we can recruit something else. Don't want another traditionalist. Just gonna fire that guy straight away. Just kidding, we can't. Alright, this is going to be the last peek under the... Well... Alright, we're going to fire this traditionalist. Except we can't... So we're going to 50-50 whether or not we get another traditionalist. I think I don't like that. Democrat, Republican, traditionalist. Jingoist, who's relatively popular. Cool. We'll have him die. And now we will have a jingoist instead. Huzzah, who will actually be quite pleased with us. Because we just passed colonialism. Let's try and get on dedicated police force here. Which is also going to make this rev go away. Incidentally. We could sway one of these guys with increased autonomy. I don't know if that auto breaks them free, though. We don't know how that works. We crushed the secession. Shout out to us. I think we could incorporate these too, because they're cheap. Bolivia backs down. Hell yeah, but Characas. Returned to the proper name. Oh, let's change the name of our power block. What are we doing? Imperial Circle. Don't you mean Spanish Empire? You can do special projects like researching elements, electrical engineering, military, and give free tech or perma bonuses. Yeah. I don't know how to make the spawn happen faster other than encouraging this. Love the content. Is there a good strat you use for weakening the church when playing as Spain? I mean, eventually you can get in abdications, specifically, and play around that, but that's gonna... 2 weeks, that's not gonna be a thing you can do anymore. Your sovereign empire, do it diplomatically. Just do everything diplomatically. I wonder if you might be able to help with the question. As Tuscany, I have a run where I've run out of pops and work in private sectors and keep building more buildings. Is there a way I could make them stop building new things? They will generally not like to build too many new things if you are completely out of labor, but if you got investment rights somewhere else, they would build that somewhere else. So you could try that. Glycemic index... okay, you guys are having a thing. Español, Dios, patria y rey, o guiris. No hablo español, hablo un poco, un poquito. Mucho gusto. ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Sí? Claro. When I was in Mexico, that was like one of my favorite things to do, is to just say, what is it, mucho gusto, in places where it's just like super like not appropriate to be saying mucho gusto, not because it's like offensive, but just to like lean into being like a gringo. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto kind of translates to like pleased to meet you, so it'd be like donde está el baño, and then they tell me where the bathroom is, and then I'd be like mucho gusto. Which you would never say. It'd be like saying pleased to meet you after asking someone where the bathroom is. Años and agua is all I need to know in Spanish. Baños. Yeah. Años is, I was like, why do you... Años had a different implication. All I need to know is... all I need to know is age, number, and water. You sound like a raver with that one. In Spain, you just say 2 words. In Spain, you gain us easy. If you just say 2 words in Spain, if you just say mucho gusto to everything, mucho gusto. I'm from Spain. If you say mucho gusto, you'll be the Guiri of the year. Why did you guarantee Portugal? So we wanted to pull them into our block eventually, was the idea. And we still want to pull them into our block and vassalize them with Sovereign Empire. The problem is now they're in the UK's block. So... we'll have to figure something else out. We get Glinka in Spain. We could invite the painter. We can't invite the composer. Do we have to float positive balance in order to engage with some of the mechanics here? I think we might need to. Okay, so We could choose between adding more construction and not adding more construction. Oh, the truth hurts. Let's do this. Oh, we didn't want all that. Shoot. In Spain specifically, or not in Spain, in Beijing. Yeah, we don't need it. Let's do mathematical technical focus though. Exile at the gates. What's this guy want? Abolitionist. Hell yeah. The fickle crowd. That's true. We kind of want them in the anti-Ottoman League, and we also don't like them very much. You have to discover more astronomical objects than Belgium. Alright, let's beat them. Rotary press. Hell yeah. We're gonna get to reset French relations here just by siding on that with them. Cautious? Don't you mean genial? Let us get our trade agreement as well. Have we had enough guys die to that event? Or did we get the Pulse event already? Let's maybe do corn laws then. There we go. It spawned. So now we're gonna set this to import prioritization. Let's actually fix up our trade things. That on import, that on export, this on import, this on import. Prioritization, this on import, this on import. This on, we'll keep it where it is. This on export. 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 Import. Import. Export. Export. Import. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. Blue, yellow, pink. Just bring me more of those. Alright, now let's try and export luxuries to France. Can't really do it yet, but I think we will eventually, so we'll just put some of these in. And then let's also export this, which doesn't make money quite yet, and wood, which doesn't make money, and hardwood, I think we already are. Coal, probably can't do that. Then import price, import. Let's see if we can import from them silk. We can. Grain. Let's import grain from Qing as well, and Russia. This is also another weird thing. Like, we could effectively get a ton more trade routes on China based on like releasing countries from them and trading with those released countries. It's kind of a strangeness. Did we already do fabric? We did not. And there's Shaanxi. So we have enough for a trade agreement. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop improving relations with them, and then we're going to lock ourselves in a trade agreement here. And this is kind of all on the back of us just getting on the side of a play with them and resetting attitude that we were able to do kind of all this. You're banned from all clubs in your state. The truth hurts. Donde está el baño? Oh, I forget to ask how old you are, but that's the años in there. I think in Spanish it's considered upper class to speak Spanish with a strong lisp. Yeah. Or in Spain, I think it's specifically in Barcelona. Or as other people say, Barcelona. But Barcelona. My go-to social empire is going after recognized powers diplomatically with unrecognized powers militarily. Wait, they declined it? Oh. Brother, what's that? There we go. Brother, what's that? Yeah, I do like to get the ball rolling on the things, but like after like the initial salvo of like going after South America, then I would prefer to get guys diplomatically, yeah. Or diplomagically. I think we'll go for Cali next. Bye-bye. Happy Sunday from India. Hello. Yeah, it was -2. Not like this. Modern conservative, basically, instantly. An inspiration for our age. So I think we'll... It's gonna start a movement for free trade. I think we'll cancel this. Do we do free trade first? Let's see how big the movement is. It's just 7 support. I don't think that's big enough that we care about... We would rather have this guy in charge. So let's do that. Or I think we'd rather just go laissez-faire here. We're still floating max, but I think once we get laissez-faire free trade, we might stop. We can stick in those war, it's probably fine. Shaanxi wants a trade agreement. That's probably fine with us. We see that we have an empty queue, so we're gonna do what you know is best. We're just gonna spam wood. Let's do this as well. We also have an adjacency with Russia, I forgot, so we could trade with them. Easy peasy. Let's try and... I know that that's not profitable right now, but bear with me here. Exporting wood to Russia is always funny. Rarely good. '80 is an important breakpoint because their attitude will change friendly, but I think that still we're not gonna have much leverage generation. Yikes! What is this about? Pretty sure it's because Charkas hates us, or Charakas, or yeah, Charkas. Let's do some improving of relations here. The infamy cost of California is going up quite quickly. Any sick Empire or India run when new DLC here? Yeah, we're probably gonna do academic synergies. University minus university throughput for like forever. Don't like that. I think we'll sit that one out maybe. Planning on doing ESC. Of course, like all the content creators are gonna do ESC though. That's the thing. Maybe we just don't do it because everyone else is doing it. popular playwright. Let's just try and get laissez-faire through faster. I don't think... Yeah, we're not particularly close. God, I thought that was a trade agreement. It's just a mountaineering license. Damn it. Yeah. So it'd be against just Mexico. 8.4 infamy. Do that so we can maybe put in lib something. Han secession. No. They are actually a little bit spooky here. So oh, we can't disband them. Oh, but they're on irregulars. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Irregulars. Mexico backs down. That's right, this is Spanish soil, and it already has some gold mines here. Fantastic. What are these state bonuses? Volcano? Volcano, that's actually insanely good for us. That's just plantations throughput, brother. I think we won't nationalize that. I think we'll also try and get Mexico diplomatically at some point. Say goodbye to our trade agreement with Shaanxi. Will be missed. A little comet appears. Big nice. That tax waste is going to go away once we finish going after these guys. Laissez-faire, here we come. We're gonna have mines companies, but we're not gonna have a logging company, so we're gonna put the logging on auto expand here. That's okay. Go. That should work out pretty good for us, pretty quick. I think we might even go vassalization too to gain stuff faster, which kind of feels bad. Alright, we are gaining progress, hell yeah, brother. The Free Commerce Committee, the FCC, baby. Baby, you know me. You down with FCC? Do you know what else no one is doing? Ethiopia. This is true. I wish there were a group of mods to make Victory playable to like 2000. Like more tech, more resources. That would be sweet. I don't know. Oftentimes, like, there's a major technological thing that just makes it feel like scaling doesn't work very well. Like the European games can't really simulate industrialization very well. So like, the time frame I think has to like cut off there, and then like I think that computing or like the 80s, the 1980s is kind of when like the systems don't scale like into each other properly. I don't know. There's a better way of phrasing that. Brazil's gonna be too big for us to get. Let's So we might try and get them into our power block here. Which we'll start with trying to get a trade agreement with them. Brazil with expensive hardwood. We've got so much wood in the queue. What's going on here? My kingdom for a trade agreement. Maybe we just have to wait for volume to change a little bit. -5. I mean, we could also add a bunch more stuff, and we could also change our government to be more similar. Do that. We did in fact get cut off there. Big Sag. We can't incorporate it though. Completely blanked on what we wanted to do. Clearly you do a Dutch run and take EIC for yourself and become the EIC. Kind of want to be the EIC. Maybe you know me. This also gives us an adjacency with Mexico, which is really nice. We don't want to give them an obligation. We can just add a bunch of random stuff. We can just force export stuff that we think will be profitable eventually with kind of what our strategy is overall. And I think I kind of like doing that. There we go, trade agreement. Let's go. So we will be generating a little bit more leverage there. Mine, it's all mine. Is the game playable without sphere of influences? Yes. The game, they're doing a pretty good job about making the game be playable without DLC. So we would say yes, the game is indeed playable without it. We can guarantee their independence. Argentina, we can evangelize or reduce subject payments from the temporary perspective. Britain colonize Rift Valley. Do be like that. Be able to colonize there at least. How long until we're of age? I think we're getting close. So we'll be able to abdicate to parliamentary republic soon. Now they, to some extent, aren't going to like us because of the fact that we have one of their states, basically. Oh, the entire reason for taking Cali was so that we could put an interest here. So let's probably do that. Or this is one of the main ideas behind doing that play there. I think we want to go for Sind. I'm not sure if we want to just conquer or what exactly. I guess Orania is almost certainly going to be an expansion spot we want to go for. I think that we're going to go for New Granada first, though. And then we're going to turn up the taxes once we get this. Yeah, unless you want to use corn laws. Corn laws requires voice of the people to, like, fully use. And also, you could just use the agitator. Like, a normal thing. Like, it doesn't make the game unplayable. But you lose some agitator interactions. But he wasn't, yeah. And then let's build the fertilizer plants here and put them on auto expand. And explosives also on auto expand. This is the one place kind of in mainland Spain that has, or not kind of, that's the one place in mainland Spain that has that. Are we actively researching corporate charters? But they are more expensive right now. Okay. Let's do vaccination. Or banking will not, or vaccination will not spread, right? So let's do banking into vaccination into this. We will gain the ability to bankroll people. How are we doing? How are we doing on 4 years? 4 years is not too bad. We just kind of have to stay above, keep our head above water here. I mean, our prestige is starting to get to the point that looks good. I hate this event so much, it's so bad. It's not that bad for us right now. Spanish-French League has requested that we rival the British East India Company. It's a demand action. Alright, we'll do this, I guess. Especially, I mean, maybe that's an incentive for us to actually implode them. We still have a little bit of time to decide if we want to do that. Not protectorating Morocco. Come on, brother. I'm not sure we could defend this because we actually have a front with the UK. I'm pretty sure we can't. Or, I mean, maybe there's a world where we could just out-micro our brains out. So yeah, we are not spreading that, and then we will be able to do this because we'll be able to get this almost instantly after we finish this because the real cost is 10k. It's just increased because of the behind time penalty. So we will be getting 2 companies pretty quick here with both Morgenröte and what we're doing here. What time is it? Alright. Just gotta keep an eye on some... We do kind of have to end on time because of reasons. Let's start putting... We wanted to start spending our authority here, so I think we'll start putting stuff in. Let's do that. And we get laissez-faire. And now we can establish a new company, and then I think we're going to do the really OP one, the Rio Tinto. And now let's come in and build a level 1 mine everywhere. But the mine's throughput is such an insane bonus. We'll put all these on auto expand. Because it's even going to apply to our gold mines as well. So I think we have gold mines in Toledo? No. We have gold mines somewhere. Somewhere in the world we have gold mines, but the prosperity bonus will apply to the gold mines as well. Now, it is a prosperity bonus, so we still have to get it, but... I mean, we're gonna get there pretty quick. Hey, Glinka, back to Spain. Welcome, my friend. Business newspaper. Investment contribution, baby? Unscaled modifiers. Minus 15% throughput. Alright. Let's do some of that. We're getting kind of close to the GP mark. Balshamar does not join. I think we wanted to peel this off of Oman. 3 infamy. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of not. Why can't we make you a protectorate? No interest there. That makes sense. This will give us an interest in South America as well, or Central America. Please, Anarchy in UK achievement video? Oh, it takes so long to... That's like a really, really long run to do Anarchy in UK. And like, people aren't super keen on UK runs in general. This is not a class thing, it's a regional thing, and accents, dialects, which are very marked here. Yeah. The guys from the south do it, the rest do not. Yeah, with Spain. So I think we do this. Denmark and Honduras side against us. Ugh, we don't like that USA potential side. We're gonna save. If it was a positive number, we just wouldn't do the play, but we'll see if we can keep the USA out of this. We are starting to get some heavy leverage down on Brazil. Don't really care what Denmark does. Wonder if we want to try and peel that off Denmark. Probably not. I don't think we want a defense pact with Brazil. We get more leverage, if I recall correctly, just doing this. Could try and get investment rights. We could sponsor lobbies now too, if I recall correctly. But we need a lot more Diplo. Well, we have Diplo. Do we not have banking? Why can't we do this? Oh, we don't have central banking. We need the better banking. My bad. Etche Protectorate. What do you want? How you doing? Cool. War was not necessary. You think they will ever add an earlier start date? No, absolutely not. Like 0% chance. Like so you're saying there's a chance? Nope, none of that. People don't really play different start dates, or generally they only have one bookmark, and it's a ton of work to build and maintain a bookmark from the development side of things. So the chance is basically 0. Do you have an heir yet? No, because you're still a child. We don't have a trade agreement with Great Britain? I thought we did. Alright. Let's do this. And let's export. I mean, we have to be exporting iron to them already, yeah. Maybe they'll accept with what we got going. Yeah. Not going to change them to genial. I guess protective is fine too. Rain. Newspaper publications? Could we export these? Not very well. We'll send them our propaganda though. Try and export fish. And import meat from them? Oh no, man. Sweet. Shaanxi would be okay, but we're never pulling them into our block for influence. Just kick Fernando the 7th from the throne. Hey, Vadim, how's it going? It's going good with us. They did it for CK? Yeah, but they've released stuff on CK that where they say they're like, they hate it. CK is also a little bit different because like you're looking at a bunch of historical characters and personalities, and so there's a bigger payoff on the CK from a CK perspective. They've talked about it specifically with EU4. They're like, never again. So does California have market access? I think so. But you know what? You might be onto something here. Someone's thinking with their dipstick, Jimmy. It's not us. Alright. I think that we maybe can, since we have a trade agreement with these guys, let's try and, these guys are belligerent. Let's try and work Russia. Movement to enact free trade. Someone exiled their market liberal. Terrible. Oh, we should just enact free trade, though. Hell yeah, brother. Free trade time. My favorite part of Victoria 3 was when he said it's trade in time and free traded all over the place. Except for trade sucks right now, so there's that. Isn't that about a bitch, huh? In our Wallachia run, that we have seen like the literal biggest CSA we've ever seen. But is this bankroll time, brothers? Wait, why can't you send us a bankroll? I mean, regular USA kind of hates us. Like a lot. We'd kind of rather the CSA win. So we'll just get an appeal and obligation here. What is this? Bro. Bro. Oh, it feels so good when your guys expand. They're subjugating Graupara. Of course, Para is like really the prize jewel, and so Brazil getting that's actually something we probably don't like, but that's fine. On EU4, I remember saying that it was a fan favorite and they weren't ever planning on balancing it. Yeah, EU4 specifically, like, you have like the USA bookmark that gets played a little bit, but other than that, I just want some Spain flavor. That's the only country I enjoy playing. I actually like Spain a lot because it's the most vanilla-ass country in the game, which makes it really good for beginners. Yeah, the American, what is it? Achievements. Can you try and take back Florida with this war? We would have to declare for Florida ourselves. We'll sponsor another balloonist. Stupid brewer. Nice. Vaccination, minus 1% mortality. We love it. We love to see it. And now we'll get corporate charters. Which, I think we need, yeah, in Asturias we need mines. For that one really good company. But I mean, we already have an insane company here. 15% mines throughput, brother. Oh, I'm also just stupid. The first company we should have put in should have been the bank company. I just got excited. I was chomping at the bit. Okay, why can't we slot in? Toledo needs more financial districts. Okay, we're not there yet. Are we close? 7. Valencia has enough, but we can't slot in the generic. Let's just look at available. Why could we not slot in the generic bank company? Okay. Attainable. So that's the Banco. Oh, we have to be 20 and we have to research investment banks. Does this also require investment banks? This does not. Maybe we should have kept the capital in Toledo, because this will have a little bit of a bias. We could just wait till we can slot that in. Let's maybe lean into some of the Morgenröte stuff, though. Go into realism. And then also in the capital here. Make an instrument workshop, an opera house. We're gonna put these on auto expand. And an arts academy. Again, on auto expand. There we go. I mean, I guess let's take a look at what we can maybe slot in. Standard living increases. That's a lot of standard living increase. It's tempting to do the gold one because we have so many gold things. Maybe just take a look at our attainable companies. Da Qing Bank. Is this better? Minting, loan interest, dividends. Or I guess capitalist investment pool contribution, if it's different numbers for different ones of these, then it really makes a difference. I don't think it is, though. Oh, this one gives more. The Banco is better. Banco just looks better. We love arts academies, basically. Is there a way to do cultural victory, like some sort of ranking? For this mod, I think there's like scores for various things. So if you wanted to play towards that end specifically, you can. There's like no victory, you know. We could put in Duro y Campagna. Feels a little derpy because we already have the other one. What is this? Trade route competitiveness. Arts Academy, textile, furniture, glassworks. I don't think it's quite good enough, but... State construction efficiency is insane. What do we need to establish this? We need to go after Korea. Alright, we can do that maybe. more Korea that we need to go after. Maximum innovation investment is good modifier. Takang Bao. I don't think this is worth a slot, but it's interesting. I don't know what happens with gaining throughput on this stuff. If this is good, then we will almost certainly want to go for this company. Or if throughput on manor houses just increases the dividends, it's insane. Oh, what's this? The Walt Disney Company. California. Yeah, if this just... Look, if this just increases... just increases dividends, it's actually just completely insane-o. Like, I don't know how throughput works on this. I think it just increases the balance. But that's insane. So, shout out to us, taking California. That was 100% the correct decision, if that's a potential thing. Wells Fargo. True. True if big. Railway building throughput, urban center throughput, nationalization, that is stronger than our other bank. It has to be New York or California, brother. California is so good. Alright. We know we have to create arts industries here. So we're gonna put one down and put it on auto expand. And then we're gonna have to export art if we can. Can't. +1 max companies? Jesus. Yeah, oh, you can only have one bank in at once though. So we can only get that like once. Who's the target here? Annex Peru? Well, we can't side on either one of these. But we want Bolivia to win. But it looks like they're gonna win, so this will be good for us. If no one does anything weird. Because we don't want Peru to gain independence. That's a no-no. But the Disney company is insane. Like, certifiably just absolute bananas. So... I think that we want to rush film. I don't even know what tier film is in. Is it 4? It's 4, right? I mean, we're far off of film. We want to really just increase financial district levels quite quickly. Oh, I forgot. We don't have railroads yet either. I think that'll be what we research next. We'll go into railroads and water tube next. Yeah, USA, cursed timeline. Spain helps the CSA win the war. What's the Morgenröte mod? The TLDR is it adds arts and sciences. And a bunch of things you can do in those regards. Ooh. Let's send him to the Canary Islands to look at volcanoes. But it adds a bunch of journal entries and other types of stuff. So we have Academy of Science, Academy of Arts, and sports and tournaments. And so all this is pretty neat together. Really a huge fan of this mod. The only problem with it is it like crushes performance. Like really hard. Yeah, California is insane in this mod. In the More Companies mod. It's not dangerous, is it? No, surely not. Yes, it is, and stop calling me Shirley. Alright. We have an obligation. Can we do any type of trading with the Confederacy? We can. Let's send them guns and butter. Let's not send them that stuff. Trying to put ourselves in a position where we can get a trade agreement right when this war finishes. And we're going to be exporting iron to everyone, iron and coal. The CSA has a lot of cotton, you don't say. Never saw that one coming. So we could use our obligation. We could wait for our volume of trade to change. When they just get freedom? Yikes. Is there any chance? Is there a spot where it tells us just how much they like the state? Specifically, if stuff's not incorporated, we could actually get it really easy. Looks like it's all incorporated. Alright, fair. Let's maybe try and export the things we know we're going to be good at to all the GPs. Exporting wood to Russia is absolutely cursed. Oh, we're not going to overcome this. Let's just use the obligation. Wait, what? I thought this said Charles Dickens exiled. I got so excited for a half a second. I don't think we could invite him even if he did get exiled. We're still bigots. Unknown fossils. And a chance of gaining volcano danger. Yeah, let's do it. Please get more financial districts, Toledo. Let's do something like this. We do want the Port of California, like, at the front. Why is it taking so long? You have turmoil, baby? You do have turmoil. I think California is a 21-year incorporation too. Yeah, it is. the CSA get almost the entire north. We saw a really fat CSA in the our Wallachia run. Like, huge. Oh no, not volcano danger. Stranger danger. Alright, we'll gain minerals. I don't know how dangerous the danger is. I am the danger, Skylar. Mexico's actually gonna be really strong. Do universities give something special in this mod? They might. Is there a reason to spread them out is our thought here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Our free trade idiot died. No! He was replaced with a traditionalist. No! We can't invite the other guy. No! We could stop passing free trade. Then. I don't think, yeah. I don't think we're gonna... I mean, we could do this and try and push it through. The thing is we just assume, like... I mean, she can't abdicate just yet. We're on consideration with 25%, and it would be like 50% with this. Let's do this, and then let's lower this one notch so that we get faster enactment ticks. And maybe we can get this through. Hell on Earth. Lose 3 progress, lose a volcano danger. See, we're not getting the... Oh, here's our expedition. Let's do this. So we need to... Can't remember if there's a way to actively try and plant financial districts. We need this to get up to 10. I mean, we're going to focus on mines because we construct them really fast. So we construct wood fast too. I think we have the wood on auto expand already. She should step down, I agree. She's not of age yet, or she's just of age, yeah. She doesn't have an heir yet, she needs to get on that. Needs to get on that. We do have a bit of extra authority now that she's of age. Tax the fruit here. I think I don't like that as much as putting in some decrees. Like this. And, greener grassing down here as well. We have to get on the same side of a war as the UK at some point. So we can go after them. Orania. We can go after Venezuela and Chile by force. think I like this. Wow. I didn't think Chile was going to have that big an army. I suddenly don't like it as much. I do think we can expand the Navy. Navy will also help us to get enough prestige to jump up in power rank, so I think we'll do this. Oh, look, the rest goes awry. Not like this. Let's actually do this and suppress the landowners. Which will give us a little bit more time regarding the revolution. We might not be able to make it in time here. He gains 15 progress a tick or whatever. We're here for the lava. Hot science, that's true. Ooh. We are very brave. Please just back down, Chile. Don't make us do it. Would be really nice if we could just get big free trade here. And then pretend to pass something. After years of digging and learning, geologist Dr. Escoda is now experienced. We can dig it. Can you dig it? Sucker. Can you dig it? Sucker. When is the new update released? The 21st. Okay, depending on how lucky we get, we have like 2 more ticks basically. No! We should have exercised caution. Oh, that actually kind of sucks, because here, we can do a promote engineer. I forget that we have limited slots and this type of stuff, etc. Shoot. What time is it? I'm not sure if we could get in with this, to be honest. I think that means we're not going to get free trade here. I think this rev is like too progressed. I mean, we can... We're waiting for her to have a child, so it's maybe not too big a deal, but... Yeah, I think we just... can also fight the rev, but we could just not do this. Let's do something like that. try and do total separation. This will really... yeah, we can't really... Oh, I didn't even realize we could increase schools. I feel super... I feel silly now. Yeah, it might just be sit tight mode until we get the abdication through. I guess dedicated police is maybe okay, but I mean, we could try and get on racial segregation. I don't think this provokes a rev. Yeah, okay, let's just try this. I think it's a little bit of a shot in the dark, but... Back from lunch, how's the run going? Run's going good. Going good. Making some progress. Making our way downtown, talking fast, something, and we're homebound. Really got some key companies that are going to be very, very strong. Once this gets to level 10, we're going to be able to slot in a bank. El Banco. See? Claro. So that'll be good for us. North German Fed formed. No. None of that. Claro. New Granada hates our guts, unfortunately. Alright, we will get an engineer. And we will have him do... We'll switch to civil engineer. We'll do construction projects, whatever that's going to give us. That sounds like something we want to be a part of. Let's see how our power block's doing. Brazil's got some resistance to the block. We do want to get investment rates on some of these guys. Portugal's still resisting here. Stop resisting, we said. We are the law. Still trying to keep an eye on this, because the second that gets to 10, we want to put in our thing. Let's do that. I'm gonna float a little bit here. Well, no, we shouldn't do that. I think that might be the end of our attempts to racially segregate. Or end it. Or no, to have racial segregation instead of... Oh, we were supposed to side in there so we could go after these guys. Great Britain will defend them. We're gonna abdicate. God, they're so pissed though. Alright, let's try and not do this. Let's try and do rights of assembly. Let's get these guys in. Let's re-increase these taxes. That's nice for pharmaceuticals. We would stop improving relations here, but I wasn't expecting everyone to get that upset. Our intelligentsia might get super pissed with the way we have to execute this stuff. My kingdom for some cohesion. I mean, are we close? If we were close, we could increase gov wages. Just need one more financial district here. Spain is a pretty fun country to play. It is. Maybe we'll see Germany help them, please. Generally, we do. This mod looks fancy. I'm a huge fan of this mod, except for performance really sucks in this mod. I don't think we have unis in Castile, so I think that's fine. Modernizing construction sectors. Additional work teams. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, I think this ref's probably too big. Heavenly Kingdom. They're too small to win this, right? Without significant help. Unfortunately, we don't have an interest here. Oh. We could reload and put an interest in. I mean, that changes the texture of the run so much. Let's maybe reload. I don't know how far back we'll have to go. But they, like, we're in South China instead of North China or whatever. And we did some stuff to... Let's do this. Oop. That works for us. Kind of good timing with that. I'm not sure if, yeah, I don't think I think we need to rev or do something different. We can't quite abdicate yet because she doesn't have a child. But here we can help out the Heavenly Kingdom. Which, like, in a fully optimized run, you definitely want to do this every time. The key difference being that Heavenly Kingdom allows for migration. Whereas China does not. There we go. Do you still have your penalty? Yeah, minus offense, so they'll have a hard time pushing. I think it's early enough in the game that they won't be on line infantry. If they are, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, they're still on irregulars. We could use these guys too. I don't think it's necessary. And then my kingdom for one more financial district here. Okay, I'm back. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Well, this idiot's a traditionalist. So sometimes you actually just do want to kill the guy with the shitty ideology. And a jingoist would be much preferred. Ooh, physician. That's not in vanilla. That's sweet. Let's take a look what it is. Text spread for society? That is sweet. Okay, but yeah, we will, 50% chance he dies, which would be great. And he's replaced by the jingoist, who's not quite so mad at us. Not like this. The guys can't get there in time. Alright, fair enough though. Ooh, yikes. Yikesy. If we could increase the approval of those guys by just 2, this would be good for us. We have this anti-Ottoman league. Maybe we can leverage that. If we declare a rivalry with the Ottomans, now those guys are happier. Which means now these guys are not -10 unhappy. Which now they don't really care about preserving censorship. Man, we're so good at this game, and handsome. Beijing monuments should only give bonuses to Chinese nations. I agree, generally speaking. It should be religious tied. Maybe only if it's the capital. No, it should just be tied to religion in the same way Vatican is. Vatican requires that you be Catholic in order to get the bonuses from it. You could do the same thing. There's like a precedent in the game. Either that or Vatican shouldn't be religion locked. Like, one of the two should be true in my opinion. Like, I think it's silly that the... You know what I mean? It should be one or the other. We maybe want to... do something like that. We have a ton of bureaucracy, so I think we could afford that. I guess I should have seen for how long it was, but... Once these fronts unite, we'll move the 20 stack down to here. See if we can get a trade agreement with someone. Someone reasonable. We can't pay for lobbies yet. Oh, this is all one front now. Cool. I think this is the capital, or Southern Anhui is usually the capital. So we're going to designate it as a strategic objective here. Oh. Kind of in trouble a little bit here, huh? Is that connected? Looks like it's not. Let's see if we can land here with the 20 stack. Or the 10 stack, either way. 10 stacks may be better. We really need to get battles in here, specifically. So we can start enforcing on them. God damn. Oh, we can't win against the Heavenly Kingdom. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. Kurt. So is Heavenly Kingdom just a special type of rev where they can't get enforced on? Because normally you got problems. Traditionalists, this one just makes more money, but it doesn't give you much intelligentsia. Let's do literary salon, but I think let's have this one be an art studio. Ooh, yikes. Let's see if the company is available. Nope, we need one more. Uno mas. What was that? Nihilism. They might have a point here. So we just need the capital here. Yearly geological report, we found some rocks. And a celestial body. We do have quite a queue to clear out, it looks like. Woo! We found Neptune, boys. Chinese and Mongol IMO. Yeah, it should be tied to the religion, in my opinion. And if you're like, this type of religion. You never registered the Vatican bonus because you played Protestants? Yeah. Capital needs to be occupied, but the other way? Oh. We don't even need the oh no, wait, we have the capital occupied, right? Yeah. So this is fantastic for us because we're gonna get an HK. do some of that. Try and get out from underneath terrible relations. And we don't need to improve relations with them because we do have the trade agreements, which is going to bring things up, so we can do this. Try and get all the GPs to good relations. We're going to have to stop soon. Alright, we have the 10th financial district here in Toledo, so we can slot in the Banco Nacional de San Carlos. And I want to know what this does to these. So currently we're getting a weekly balance of 5k, right? Does that just increase the... Is this just a massive... Does this get throughput, is what I'm saying. Does it benefit from throughput? Okay, it looks like it doesn't, which is perfect that it doesn't. But once we get this prosperity bonus, +1 max company, extra private allocation, maneuvers in diploplay, minting loan interest rate. It's not as good as the California one, but it still seems really good. Great Qing is toasted. And the very significant thing about Heavenly Kingdom, there's no migration controls. So that means once you get onto multiculturalism, you could just get massive Chinese immigrants. I don't know if Morgenröte has nuclear power, but they do have nuclear science a little bit. Nuclear physics. I don't know if they get to power, though. I think power is outside the scope. I think this is pre-nuclear power. What's this? What's this return? What is this nonsense? What is that? What's that, my guy? I think we just support Mexico anyways here. For freezies. I think we're gonna take Sind after this. We're gonna be living in Sind. Sick new text. Sick Empire will be next, yeah. But they at least decrease the cost. I don't think they decrease the cost, but there's more ways for you to generate extra stuff. Mexico needs to be part of the Empire again. Yeah, but I think we're gonna try and get Mexico in diplomatically. And this resetting relations helps us out a lot in that regard. I don't know if the reset will stick because we have California. We have one of their cores. But we could also protectorate them and eventually annex them, but I think that just takes... I don't think us going after the... I think that I kind of like just taking this better. California also just having insane companies makes us kind of want to stick with that. Custodianship over a new draft. Now we have the additional company here. Investment pool contributions, an insane modifier. We could do Duro y Campagna and specialize even harder in iron and coal. We already have like a disgusting amount of throughput though. That seems gratuitous. I mean, maybe gratuitous is just what we need. We don't have enough wood to like for... I think that to really feel super good. Oh, this is such an interesting one. Yeah, so if we could get anything... There was one that gave construction that we were interested in. Oh, this is pretty nice. What does this require? California. Construction sector is level 3, but we need steel frame. Because railway building throughput is particularly good. You see, we can't do multiple banks. This one is interesting. Construction sector throughput and progress is interesting too. I mean, it's not as good as efficiency. Or like those two modifiers aren't anywhere near as good as efficiency, but together they're kind of good. We want this Joseon one, but we don't even have the right tech for it. We're trying to see right now if there's something we could slot in. Beijing, we would need to get the paper mills or the arts academies up to level 3, which is not too bad. What is... I think since the throughput's not applying there, plantations throughput 5% blanket. Minus radical... Oh, this is good. What does this require? North China, South China. 3 cotton plantations, that's it? Bruh. 5% plantations is applying to a lot of different building types, and clothing is like a decent industry. Wells Fargo. Alright, so just gonna double check how this... Is throughput being applied here? I don't think it is. No, I think it's just using the... Okay. Okay. We'll go for that company. Kalat sides with Sind. Luchistan is 7 infamy, or this will be a 3 infamy protectorate to get an interest in the region. Seems good. Send these guys over there. We'll have the Manchuria army merge with the China army. What does Mexico even want here? Just American war reps? Yeah, fair. That'll be nice. We could get an investment agreement. The problem is they'll buy up all our stuff. Unless they had spent out all their stuff, but I don't think they have. Oh no, not this. That's really obnoxious. That's bad for us. Because now Sind is going to get more time to conscript up. That kind of sucks. I love state construction efficiency. Me too, Palea. Me too. You didn't break up the EIC? We still have a little bit of time. That's the last 2 weeks. Wait, what? I thought that this broke up in 56. Oh, you mean Not 2 weeks in game. 2 weeks. Yeah, yeah. There's another mining company in Sweden. Yeah, I think that the correct answer. I think that the mining companies are so good it's worth going for, but I think we're just not going to do that. I think we're just going to be like, you know what? We'll chill out a little bit and play with some of the other companies. But I think, yeah, we should just go for the Sweden company, theoretically. We'll just be a little bit more chill. I wish you could... Your subjects breaking your own naval invasions is actually pretty obnoxious. We're going to... exempt them from service. And also raise the subject payments. Nice, nice, nice. Do you have an heir yet? No, you don't. You're 19. Come on, get on it. What is this nonsense? We're about to get into good relations territory with these guys. My kingdom for these guys to stop landing. They're cooperative now. I think we have a decent amount of trade with them as well. Love seeing the auto queue building coal. It's fantastic. It's also made of plastic. Nihilist movement? Yep, yep, yep. We do have it. We would love to get parliamentary republic so that we could stop this. You know what, actually? We could just pass this pretty easy and it would make the landowners happy. Unomas, there we go. Now we can slot in that company. Duro y Campagna still might be better, but... Wait, why can't we slot in the company? Oh, does it require... I forget what the company is called, but it might require incorporation. Yeah. It does require incorporation. Son of a bizzle. So, it's either Duro y Campagna, just like piling on, or something else. It might be just generic tool company. God, that's so insipid and unoriginal. Because Duro y Campagna is not going to give us that much throughput on these things. I mean, Duro y Campagna also gives us steel, and we currently don't have steel. Oh, it's probably just that. Alright, Duro y Campagna, too good. trade agreement with HK. Gonna be good for us. Or at least for now. Eventually when we incorporate Portugal, it won't matter. And we have this. I think just for the benefit of getting cohesion significantly faster, we could go vassalization too. The thing is, once we become a bigger power, it's not going to matter as much. We could just go for the external trade kind of quickly. Trade route competitiveness and... Another thing is, I kind of want to do foreign investments. But external trade first is going to be better. Vassalization 2 also gives us some useful stuff, so let's just do that so we can generate money a little bit faster. And now this will trend towards a much higher number. Let's just 5 higher. Rip the dream. That was a mistake then. I thought it gave us 10 more, not 5 more. It was all for naught, everyone. We could exempt these guys from service. I don't think we're gonna fight in this region, so let's exempt them so that their liberty desire is gonna decrease. And let's exempt Cuba from service too. But also increase their raise the subject payments. How much are we getting from Diplo Pacts? A decent amount. A decent amount here. 29k, like a third-ish. So are all these mod companies OP? They're not all OP, but there's some that are very, very significantly pushed. There's a lot of new companies though, so like... Yeah. Oh, we're encouraging the resource industry there? That's not what we meant to do. I think Navarra is the one that has the most resources. You know, we're just gonna do road maintenance in the capital here. I think that'll be fine. Putting those at the back of the queue. It'll take a little while to clear stuff out. Put one at the front, actually. Let's spread the word to Amur. Amur's not going to have a lot of pops anyways, so we're going to really struggle to employ these up. We maybe could put a migration attraction edict over here. We want investment rights, which is the hardest relation to get. You like being back on Earth, or do you think playing a different map was more fun? I mean, I thought that the novelty of Realms of Exthar was really sweet, and I was enjoying it a lot. I do like all the new companies, and also we haven't gotten like all the techs where we can kind of do all these things yet, but we will soon. So we're not able to play into all of these things yet. Like the sports and this type of stuff. In fact, we'll probably play in a way that's pretty suboptimal, that like pushes like universities and cultural stuff a whole lot more than we otherwise normally would. Like we're building this stuff, which is probably not very good. There's also a national library we can do. We're gonna put that in there. Trying to keep an eye on GP. Nice. So stuff like that, giving us progress is like one of the ways we can play catch up on tech effectively. Water tube gnat spreading to us is sweet as well here. We're making a ton of money. It's weird you can't use the obligation for investment rights. I use the mod that adds it. Oh, you can't? I didn't even know you couldn't. Is this a new... I have never seen that menu. Science of Art, what's it good for? This is the mod. This is the Morgenröte mod. There's a bunch of flavor that relates to science and art and culture. That gives journal entries and kind of this minigame. There wasn't enough buildings outside the basic chains in the industrial complex. Well, one of the problems with this mod is that performance is way worse, and one of the reasons it's way worse is because there's a bunch of new buildings. So... it's kind of a matter of what's important. For you, for the game. Oh, these guys finally stopped landing? Yeah, but now it's gonna be fucking infinitely hard to land ourselves. We're gonna need more navy, I think, to get landing through. I think we have it in the queue. We're gonna import steel. And engines. But we'll also put some in the capital. We have an edict in the capital, so the capital should play pretty well. Hey, Kivakende, how's it going? We are at our end time. We're gonna finish this National Library and then we're gonna call it. Because I do have something I'm doing after this, so we cannot stream longer than past the time that we normally stream, basically, for today. I'm getting so you need a connection machine to play modern computer games. Wait, what? It's getting so that you need a connection to machine to play modern computer games? I'm not sure what you mean. Hey, champagne, champagne. We get a national library here. Let's take a look at the building. Gives us tech spread and education access, and it gets even better if I recall correctly. So this is an example of one of the ways that, you know, okay, you don't have there's a lot more text to research, but there's ways to get progress on the text. Hey, Mendigo Capitalist. How are we doing? We're doing good. A supercomputer? I mean, relative to how things were before, everyone kind of has a supercomputer. Like, a digital watch is, like, got the power of a mainframe from back in the old days. But, like, the big drain is graphics, and the actual, like, graphic requirements on stuff is not increasing as fast as other stuff is increasing as the capability. Although for these types of games specifically, there's a lot of calculations and it's very CPU intensive. Let's take a quick look at our block before we go. Doing pretty good here. Looks like, they joined the wrong block there. Oh, brother, what's that? Unfortunate that Portugal got nabbed by Great Britain so early. Kind of, it's not so good for us. But, I think we're supposed to go after Congo to get a native interest there. I sometimes forget you're an American and then you take a sip from a gas canister. Yeah, basically. The classic American beverage, gasoline. We're going to see who's streaming Victoria 3. See about rating them. Someone playing multiplayer, looks like. I think we rated them last week. Looks like we got someone playing Soviet Union time. Maybe it's give them a raid. It looks like, yeah, it looks like they're English, or they speak English. It looks like that's their thing. Alright, so we will give them a raid. Thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. We will be back here probably tomorrow with this same file. Although, if we end up getting early access, that might change up what we're doing quite a bit. And then let's also link this guy's thing to the YouTubers, if the YouTubers want to join the Twitchers in the where they will be going. And other than that, have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh no.